So back in 2017, Mike and the kids and I, we were going to one of those really big churches. They come with a balcony that you can just slip in and slip out.
Yeah, there's pluses to that.
And maybe some days. I think there was something missing, but I don't even know if we knew there was something missing.
We didn't know.
So one day I was just scrolling through Facebook and I came across Pastor Clay's Refuel, and I asked Mike, I said, do you know Pastor Clay? And he said, no, I don't think I've ever met him. And I said, well, I know him from White House High School. Go Blue Devils.
You had to
Right?
do that, right?
Yeah, you got to do that in church. So we went to the middle school at Knox Doss where they were meeting. It was an interesting Sunday for us.
It was. That Sunday, my dad had just had a heart attack, and he was scheduled for surgery that Monday, the next day. And, you know, my dad was my best friend, and he's just like in this not good shape. And Pastor Clay's message, I mean, he brought it just like he does every Sunday, and it touched me and stirred my emotions, and I found myself down front.
The ones who are usually sitting in the back. And I introduced you to Pastor Clay, and he prayed over you. And the only way I can describe that is it's like the warmest hug when you're shivering and you're cold and you don't even know how badly you need that. When someone lays their hands on your shoulders and starts to pray over you.
It just is exactly what I needed at the time.
So we were driving home that afternoon. I just looked over at Mike and I just said, do you think we just found our new home? And he just said, yeah, I think we just did. And I've thought about that so many times over the years, how those life shifts, they just seem to happen so quietly sometimes. And that happened to us that morning.
After going a few weeks and seeing everyone working so hard before we got there, I couldn't sit on my hands anymore. You know, I just had to jump in. And so the first thing I did, I found someone and asked where I could serve, and they were like, there's plenty of places to serve. So I found,
grab a table.
Yeah.
roll some tables, roll
Indeed.
some chairs.
We have enjoyed serving every week with these wonderful people here at Three Oaks.
There's one thing I've always said about Three Oaks. Actually, it's Pastor Clay. He has this knack of always pushing you to the edge of yourself. And I think he does that in his messages. I think that he does that on a personal level. I know he has with me. I'm never sorry that I just did something, to just step out of my comfort zone and just do something new. And I realize that that's where the strength of this place comes. It's everybody jumps in and everybody lifts each other up. So here we are 5 years later. We've seen families grow. We've seen lots and lots of babies born, and we've also seen some tough times together. We've gone through some personal loss.
Indeed, my dad had 4 great years after his surgery, but we lost my dad in February. He went to be with the Lord February 6th. They talk about life groups and find a life group, and you hear that in the announcements and sign up for it. You hear all that stuff, but if you've never done it, man, I can just say we are examples of life group success, because that's where we really got connected. We really formed our deep friendships, and those folks surrounded me and comforted me and my family during my darkest times of losing my dad. But that's how this church grows, I believe, is through life groups.
Absolutely. And I would say this, that, after all these years, there's still Sundays where, I'm just not functioning at a level 10. I'm more at like a 4.5 or 5 maybe. And you roll into church and you think, I just want to slip in the back and hear the message and then take off after that. But
I think we all have some of those.
We all do. We're all human, and we sometimes we have tough weeks and things like that. But on those Sundays, I feel like God is speaking to me the loudest, and He is reminding me, if you feel this way, somebody else does too. And what they need is for you to walk up to them and to lift them up and encourage them And every time that I hear that in my mind, that little voice, and I do it, I'm never sorry. And I always walk away going, yep, that's how things go here. That's how this place works. We move for each other, we lift each other up, we work for each other, we love on each other, and that is what has created this incredible community that is Three Oaks, and I am grateful